All right. Yeah. Uh, whew. Okay. Let's talk about the election. Okay, so we are seeing like a divisive victory. It's an unofficial result, so it could happen in the official transmission. But in the unofficial result polls, Bongbong is leading against Leni by wide margin of 16 million votes. And Sara Duterte is leading against Kiko Pangilinan in 21 million votes approximately. Now, what could have done this? What could have done this possible voter turnaround in Bongbong leading most of the majority of the polls, despite the fact that he didn't present any platform, despite the fact that hindi siya nagpakita sa mga debate, and despite the fact na parang late gamer si Leni Robredo. Well, I think I can account for one thing, late game yung campaign ni Leni masyado. Like they went house to house, they managed to hold their concert and such. And I didn't expect Bongbong having this huge turnaround kasi nung bumoto ako kahapon, sinilip ko yung balota ng mga katabi ko at puro Robredo nakikita ko. And I think I said that Leni has a fighting chance. Like, she may lock up with Marcos vote per vote in the sense na yeah, the majority, the momentum was on her, and I think and many people tend to switch in the last minute for Miss Robredo. And now, if we view right here on Twitter, there is a trend explain 2016 because we all know, despite Lenny not having the support of most electoral sectors, despite si Lenny parang di siya kilala nun, she beats Bongbong. She has beaten Bongbong there. And people are claiming the narrative has been reversed. In 2016, Marcos camp claimed they were cheated, so they asked for a recount. Now, Marcos won decisively, allegedly, and so Lenny's camp is demanding for a recount. But the thing is, Marcos had the right for a recount because the results were so close during 2016, and now here it seems that the the polls are very decisive, very dominant in a way. And yeah, it failed my expectation. I expected that Lenny would put up a decent fight in these elections. The narrative is para sinabi magandang kampanya ni Marcos sa social media. I mean, Miss Robredo herself spent the most to campaign in social media. So, I think it was an even fair that she had a fighting chance. But yeah, this is like when the Mavericks without Luka Doncic tinalo yung Utah, tinalo ng ano, I mean, they beaten Utah Jazz. Yeah, they beaten Utah Jazz without Luka. And yeah. Now, allow me to explain 2016. Like, di ko sasabihin ang mga words cheating and recount if I'm going to explain 2016. So let's go with the 2016 election results. Let's go to Wikipedia. Is Wikipedia yung magandang ano? Okay, here. Fine. Leonard Robredo, 14,418,817. Bongbong Marcos, 14,155,344. So this was the official count during the 2016 vice presidential elections. And now, it was like a huge stance kay Robredo na since tatalo niya si Marcos, despite Marcos having most of the support, that yeah, Marcos would like return back. And we can see here in the heat map na what's this? Marcos is I'm pretty fucking confused that most of Southern Luzon voted for and the Visayas voted for Leni. Now in the current heat map, yeah, this is the current heat map. Northern Luzon, half of Visayas has voted for Marcos, and half of Mindanao has voted for Marcos. Now, explaining 2016, what the fuck happened in 2016? Well, do you see these two douchebags over here? Alan Peter Cayetano and Francis Escudero. Francis Escudero ran under the ticket of Grace Poe. And most especially, Alan Peter Cayetano ran for vice president under the ticket of current President Rodrigo Duterte. Ang general consensus kasi nun sa 2016 is that it was Duterte and Bongbong. That was the prepared consensual, that was the consensus vice president in the polls. What happened is, since Mr. Cayetano here ran as vice president under Duterte, the votes for Duterte's preferred vice presidential candidate got split. So, you either, if you're a Duterte supporter, you want either Bongbong, Alan Peter Cayetano, and at some extent Mr. Escudero. Because I also think na meron dati Duterte Escudero. So yeah, Bongbong's vote in 2016 got split. And that's how I explain 2016. Now currently the 2022 elections, obviously Bongbong split rivals doesn't exist. Escudero and Cayetano did not run for president. And what happened is, this is anti-Marcos, Isko Moreno, who is also anti-Leni. This is also anti-Marcos, Manny Pacquiao. This is also anti-Marcos, Leody. I'm not sure if Ping is anti-Marcos, but yeah, I can only point with these three. But I'm not gonna point for Leody because he's a jobber. So I can point for Isko or Manny Pacquiao. So, those anti-Marcos vote, they kind of split Leni's vote. And that's like the position that we are now in this election. Now, for the vice presidential race, napaka-obvious naman si Sara Duterte manalo. I mean, they got the Sara run. I never really thought that Kiko would have a fighting chance against Sara Duterte. So, even if Leni wins, she's gonna have her hands full if Sara is her vice president. Just like how Duterte got his hands full with Leni as his vice. Senatorial race, this man managed to top the senatorial polls. Okay, bumoto ako kay Robin Padilla, but that is an executive order from the church. So, I have to do what I do, but damn! We're only like 2.6% in the population. So, how the freaking way did this happen? Also, Lauren Regarda, you people had voter fatigue na lagi nyo siyang binoboto, lagi nyo siyang inupo. The consensual number 1, Rapi Tulfo, is now number 3. This man who sang Eric Clapton all the way through the campaign is leading the senatorial race. What the... Now, how can I explain about the senators? How can I explain about the senators? What can I explain? I'm pretty much confused because this one's not gonna be here. This one shouldn't be here. It should be at the bottom, to be honest. This one is the only member of the Senate slate that is like you're gonna enter the Magic 12. Siya lang, si Risa lang. And who else? Who else are we going to yeah, both rich areas are at 90%, so yeah, we could be seeing Marcos as president. I think he will be declared president by next week. Ah, God fucking damn it. Yeah, I know I voted for Marcos. But 3%, the INC population is only 3%. So, at most, Marcos could have gotten 30% of this vote. Or like, sige, sabihin natin 5 million. Diba? Sabihin natin 5 million. Sabihin natin 5 million. Oh. Ano na nangyayari kay Leni? Nangyari, nagpa-concert pa kayo. Hindi nyo ako pinatulog nung meeting di advance nyo kasi taga Makati ako. Tapos ito lang papakita nyo sa akin, 14 million. So para parehas lang ang count, parehas lang yung ano nyo. Kung ano yung number nyo nung 2016, kayo-kayo lang rin ng boto. Yeah. Explain 2016. I think 2016 was a fucking fluke. Another thing to add pala, I think when it comes to the elections, 2028, yeah, I think people are posing Vico as the next big candidate. I don't think Vico will run for president because I don't think he's the kind of guy that going to run for president all throughout. Most likely he will run as senator or something. So yeah, probably if the opposition would not change their campaign tactics, Sara Duterte will be our president by 2028. I mean, you got another shot, Leni. What you can do is do the social media platform thing, and I think you can win it. Also, disconnect yourself with the Lima. I think that prohibited you from getting the INC votes, which is a solid 3%. And it could have gotten you like what, 17 million? Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. Bongbong stands as your president. Let's see. Then yeah, consensus, Sara maging presidente siya in 2028. It is so yeah. Ayos. Mas marami pa boto ni Robin Padilla kaysa kay Leni. Yeah, and the video.